Welcome back everyone to episode 2 of Room 666. I'd just like to start off by thanking everyone who has left a comment on the last video with ideas, questions, and suggestions. That's exactly what I want this series to be about. On that note, I had a few requests from Jerry Boudin at Dragon Hollow 3D to make this episode on X, so that's exactly what I did. I also had a request by Coy Lorenzo to go more in depth into my strategies going into the matches, as well as a request from Anna Banana 1 to switch up my skills during the recording. So I'm going to work all those things into this episode. If you left an idea that I didn't implement, it doesn't mean that I won't, I just have to work these changes in slowly, so keep those ideas coming. Let's get things going here. X is what a lot of us call a glass cannon. He deals high damage but has very low health. To start off, I have X's 2x5 set on my left with Chun-Li as support, and on his right I have 2x3 with Ryu. Since Ryu and Chun-Li are both level 6, it wouldn't make a difference if I swapped them. The output would be exactly the same. I went with Ryu and Chun-Li for the blue affinity color boost. Now let's get into the first match. The strategy going up against Bison here is pretty simple. I need to rush to try to build a 2x5 yellow on my left and a 2x5 blue on my right. The faster I can do it while keeping my column 4 relatively clear, the better. I actually did a test there using diamond on yellow. I was always under the impression that would have dealt half the damage and sent half the amount of timer blocks. But it did send half the timer blocks, but it actually did full damage. That's a good piece of information to be aware of if you didn't already know. In this next match, I decided to switch things up a bit and build on the inside 2 colors rather than the outside. So I'm going yellow left and red right. Now in this match I switch back to building on the outside, so blue on the left and yellow on the right. It's good to be able to switch things up so you can build and match drop patterns based on your affinity color. And now I'm going to switch things up and play small ball, changing up my 2x5 for a 2x3. The difference in playstyle between the two is extremely significant, as you will see. When you're building 2x3s, you don't have to rely on your opponent's counter blocks as much, since you can typically build a few 2x3s from the gems the game gives you before your opponent can really send you anything significant. This opens up a much more dynamic style of play. What can be a downside of playing this way though, is I tend to give up a little bit of speed because I have to take more time to think about what I'm going to do with the next piece. In this match though, I was just lucky and got matched up with an inexperienced player. When it comes to a matchup like Pighting, it would be a waste not to take advantage of his easy drop pattern, so I'll be bookmarking the sides with 2x3s while keeping an eye out in the preview screen to see how his progress is of building that 3x4 nuke. If I see that his build is almost done, I'm going to try to destroy as much as I can to try to cover that up, because you could be sure that one of those blows from Bison is enough to take out Ed. These next few matches I'm just experimenting playing dynamically instead of forcing builds. It didn't work out too well. I need to be able to work a lot faster if I want any success playing this way. But it's a learning experience, I'm just gonna take it by the day. And that was a good match to end things off with, so I tried to switch things up quite a bit in this episode. I would love to get more feedback in terms of how I played, what you guys liked, what you guys didn't like, or any suggestions overall for this series. And don't forget to leave a comment as to what team you think I should use in the next episode. I've updated the backdrop with the most current rosters that's been upgraded to level 6 as well. Cheers guys!